Welcome to Hide and Seek TV. I'm back again live from Denver, and I'm about to get ready to do a serious report for the Holy Kingdom of Judah. You know, the Holy Kingdom of Judah just made a serious move yet again on January 14th, 2025. So I'm about to play a portion of the clips from the city council meeting. I'm going to play a portion of the clips right quick, and I'm going to chime on in. Obviously, I'm going to upload it on my channel, but you can also check it out on the channel below, Cork, K-O-R-C, Elders of Zion. You can check them out, great content. So I'm going to play this clip right quick, and I'm going to chime on in. I'm going to go piece by piece because I want to just cover it. But like I said, I'm going to upload the video as well, the full content of the report of the city council meeting on my channel. So let's delve deep into this.
The first speaker is Chief E.S. Lewis, Community Outreach Center for the Tribe of Judah. Lewis, Community Outreach Center is Chief E.S. Lewis, Community Outreach Center for the Tribe of Judah.
So you hear that the tribe of Judah is recognized. You hear she called him by his title, Chief, Edward Lewis. You hear that for the Community Tribal Center, Outreach Center. So this is very important because, the Messiah is the Chief of Chiefs. So, the Chief Edward Lewis, who she spoke out for, who she called up to the podium, he's a part of the body of Christ. He's a Lewis because, like I explained before, when you understand the blasphemy of how, as it's written, that the name will be revealed through the blasphemy in Isaiah 52, 5-6. So the name will be revealed through the blasphemy. So it's very important to understand that, because when you understand Lewis, when you understand hallelujah, Hallel means to praise, and then Lewis, eternal Yah. So when you translate praise to the Lord, it becomes Lewis eternal. So that's why she called him. That's why he calls himself Lewis, because as it's written, that's why his name is Lewis, because as it's written in 2 Chronicles 7:14, if my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and forgive their sin and heal their land. So you see that whole theme of that. So, obviously, those who are in the body of Christ, those who are followers of Lewis Eternal are Lewises, building the Holy Kingdom of Judah. So that's why on the left-hand side with Satan, he's Lucifer. So that's why Masons, once they hit the Mark 11 degree of the 33 steps of Freemasonry, they become a Lewis. So they become false Lewis because they follow Lucifer. But the saints, we follow Lewis Eternal. So obviously, we are Lewises. So you see how she called him by his title. So the Messiah is the Chief of Chief, King of King, Lord of Lords. So when she called upon Chief Edward Lewis, that's a chief within the Holy Kingdom of Judah. So let's hear what's going on. So you see how she called him up to the podium. So let's delve even deeper into this. This stuff is very important. This is real serious news. All right, let's hear what the Chief Edward Lewis has to say.
In a world marred by conflict, inequalities, and injustices, we as global citizens must strive with unending perseverance to promote peace, love, and prosperity for all. Peace is a pinnacle treasure which all humanity has an inheritance to enjoy. The path to global peace begins in our local communities. Cultivating a culture of peace means replacing lies, misconceptions, division, and despair with truth, equity, unity, and hope for all. An environment of peace can only be built upon a foundation of truth. Before a culture of lasting peace and contentment can encompass the earth, the wrongs which have been committed against the tribe of Judah must first be rectified. We as humanity have passed through great trials and tribulations since the time of the triangular trade. These trials and tribulations have caused us to become more socially conscious and spiritually aware. With greater social consciousness comes greater social responsibility.
So you hear that.
Many problems found in our modern society stem from Judahites suffering from a cultural identity crisis.
So the cultural identity crisis. So the whole thing when you understand about dealing with the cultural identity crisis That's very important because as it's written in Revelation 3:9, those who call themselves Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. So, the false Jewish who claim themselves to be Jews. How can you already be Jews and how can you tell me you Judah and you saying you in Israel, but their land is getting bombed? How are you in Israel, but they have Tel Aviv and it's the number one sodomite nation in the world? How are they already in Israel, but Judah is still waking up in America, coming to know who they are and around the world, The stuff that they do, their lives being revealed, How are you saying you Judah, then where's your Messiah at? How was you led to your land? You see what I mean? So all of this stuff is very important to understand because when you understand the Holy Kingdom of Judah is not a church, it's not a group, it's not a movement, it's a sovereign nation. A political hand is moving now. The laws flowing from Zion, so that's what he's saying right here. Let's hear some more.
The Holy Kingdom of Judah social researchers have identified the crisis as tribal orphan syndrome.
The tribal orphan syndrome.
Research evidence suggests that orphans who have experienced trauma and the loss of parents may be more likely to exhibit behavioral issues.
You see, let's delve deeper into this. Let's hear what he got to say, explaining the tribal orphan syndrome.
Trauma due to emotional distress, unstable caregiving, and lack of family identity can manifest in orphans as negative behaviors.
So you see that because it goes into how Judah right now, they're in the identity crisis, calling themselves blacks, African Americans, etc. The Father, and God made, he made us, God made Judah to be a tribal people. That's in our DNA. You can't be tribal when you're black. How can you be a tribe when you're black? We go by knowing our identity, knowing who we are. So that's very important to understand how the Lord made us a peculiar people to be a light unto all the world, and be a light unto the Gentiles, the so-called whites, be a light unto, Ephraim, the so-called Hispanics and Mexicans, etc. Being a light to the whole world, for everybody to learn the ways of the Lord because he rides us through the Holy Kingdom of Judah, So as you can see, the Alpha and Omega sign, placed upon Judah, the body of Christ being in the T, and then that circle on top being the head, which is, Christ, the Alpha, and he's the Alpha and Omega. He runs through the body of the whole church, the whole nation. He's the head of the nation, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, the key of David. So that's why they made it pagan in Egypt, calling it the Ankh, when it really is just the Alpha and Omega, the key of David. So everything is being revealed. The truth is being made known. It's very important to understand this, that the altars, as is written in that day, there should be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord, and there should be for a sign and for witness unto the Lord of hosts. Be a sign and for witness unto the Lord of hosts, which are a shadow of things to come, but the bodies of Christ. So the top of the altar is measured at 76 degrees, 7 for number of spirits, 6 for number of flesh, foreshadowing the kingdom to come. And when you understand how serious this is, because as is prophesied in 1 John 4:3, all who deny Messiah come in flesh are Antichrist. So the Messiah was going to be in the flesh amongst the saints. He's the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, Chief of Chiefs. So the Messiah is already among us, So that's why, you have the chiefs of Judah who are edifying, the whole theme of how the Messiah is going to bring forth the law from Zion. That's going to clean up many hearts. It's not going to be those behavioral issues, people causing ruckus in the community, gang banging, doing all kind of crimes against one another. This stuff is serious, So, obviously it had to be the Chief Edward speaking because, when you understand that Edward, everything is spiritual, as it's written, and the children of Reuben and the children of Gad, which are tribes of Israel, called the altar Ed, for it should be a witness between us that the Lord is God. So this is very important. So let's hear a little further. Let's go a little further into, like I said, the whole interview, the whole speech you can watch. I uploaded. You can watch it on Court's channel.
Judah Tribal Community Center.
So the Judah Tribal Community Center. Look.
Contribution towards peace by signing a petition requesting the expedited inauguration of the Holy Kingdom of Judah Tribal Community Center. In fewer than 30 days, the petition surpassed 500 signatures.
So you see 500, over almost 600, I think it was over 500 something signatures that was signed, up for the petition to bring forth the tribal center, to edify the people who they are. That's very serious, That show people want change. It's going to go from local to global. You got to start local and grow globally. As it's written, all would know the Messiah exists upon the earth. Even the demons tremble at his name and fear him. So you see how he already said that the tribal community center is coming. So I'm going to get into all of that right quick. As it's written in Isaiah 2, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. So that we will learn his ways. All people will learn his ways. We'll go to the mountain of the Lord and learn his ways. So you see, remember they had that song by Pink Floyd, we don't need no education. Leave those kids alone. And you know how they used to always have that altar with that rainbow going through it. Mocking Christ, bringing forth the bow. Trying to reject the light of the world that shines. They don't want that light of the world shining. They rather walk in the darkness and be their own light, be their own gods. So you see how he has the blue coat on, because in Exodus 28:39-40, and thou shalt embroider the coat of fine linen, and thou shalt make the mitre of fine linen, and thou shalt make the girdle of needlework, and for Aaron's sons thou shalt make coats, and thou shalt make for them girdles, and bonnets shalt thou make for them for glory and for beauty. So you see it goes into the blue coats. It's very serious. That's why even a year, recently they had the movie Wicked out, but that was super wicked anyway, because it goes into blaspheming, Oz, the Wizard of Oz, the man behind the curtain, which was just Christ, fulfilling the whole mission of all of the saints, you know what I mean? Waking up from that daze, waking up from that slumber, returning to the Emerald City, which is just the kingdom of Judah, is as emerald, as it's written in Revelation 4:3. So Judah was going to wake up and return unto the Messiah and see the man behind the curtain revealed. As we're in Revelation, Revelation means to reveal. Messiah is being revealed. So that's why they was blaspheming. You see how they got the schools on the stairs blocking, trying to mock the exodus to the altars. So you see they all in their blue coats, and they in a school setting because they know that education is coming. That's very serious. Hates Chris. They got that Abbott Elementary. Was it the Abbott Elementary show? I think he's the principal in there. The guy who played on Everybody Hates Chris. The Williams. Tyler Williams, I think is his name. So in Exodus 3:14, as it's written, the Father says he's the I am that I am. So he had the will I am, will of God, the Williams. So that's why he had the school, So all of that's coming together, the tribal center. The righteousness and everything's about to start flowing from Zion. People going to get that education and want to do right. People want change. People tired of the drama. In Revelation 13:6-7, he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. So he mocks through his blasphemy. So blasphemy just letting us know what time we're in, So when they doing things, letting you know what time you in, what the right hand side is doing, the left hand is revealing it, They mock on their evil side, so they try to mock the truth. So you see how you have Chance the Rapper had that song Together, and you see how they was in the council meetings. And you remember that Charleston White? Remember he used to be in those council meetings mocking, getting kicked out the council meeting. You know what I'm saying? It's all coming together. And it's all about who got the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Let's delve deeper into this right quick. So you already see how everything's coming together. You hear everything you was saying about the tribal center that's coming. People want these 500 plus signatures, that want that center to be fulfilled, and it's about to go down. Truth is going to be revealed, and it's going to just spread city to city, you know. You have chiefs all around the nation already. You know what I'm saying? You already have chiefs of Judah all around the nation already. You have a governmental body, you know, already established. You have social researchers of Judah already established. It's not just some, we a movement, we the black Judahites, the blacks, we don't know. So let's hear this right quick. This is off the Black Panther. Like I said, remember they was mocking, like I explained, they had Killmonger in there, mocking the Messiah rising out of America. Messiah rises, shining as lightning from the east to the west, So that's why they had that Killmonger, going back to the eastern hemisphere from California, going to Africa to sit on the throne, because they know that's what's about to go down with the Messiah. Messiah shining from the east to the west, born in the eastern world the first time, amongst going right to Egypt. Remember, he was a little baby. Remember, he fled the Romans and went to Egypt as a baby. And then, in this time, he would be what? He would be born in America. So let's look at this. Look at the blasphemy, how they doing their tribal center, fixing up the ghetto.
When you said you would take me to California for the first time, I thought you meant Coachella or Disneyland. Why here?
This is where our father killed our uncle.
That's right to the point. Hold on.
And that one over there. This will be the first Wakandan International Outreach
Look at this right here.
building. And that one over there. This will be the first Wakandan International Outreach Center. Now, Kia will oversee the social outreach.
See the social outreach? Look at this.
You will spearhead the science and information exchange.
Science and information exchange. You see? This is very serious. They are not tearing it down. So you see, obviously the Black Panther just represents Lucifer, the leopard, deceiving many, But it's just all showing what was coming anyway. They mock through their blasphemy. They know what's going to happen. So even the day, like a week before the speech, Zion Williamson, who plays in Louisiana, Louisiana, hint Louisiana, he came back. His first game back after months was against Anthony Edwards. So Ed dealing with Zion. So Ed Edwards dealing with Zion. Like you had Chief Elder Edwards speaking. Bringing forth the law of Zion, preparing the law of Zion to flow. Edifying how everything got to be set in place and how it's about to be set in place. So look at this.
To Anthony Edwards' body to try and pick up that.
And they in Louisiana playing too. They in Louisiana at that.
Fourth foul.
18 now for DeJounte and almost take it away.
See that? Look at that spin. So look at this one more time.
18 now for DeJounte and almost take it away.
See that spin? He do that spin. So Edwards do that spin. Because that go right into that will within the will. The revealing of Messiah, the revelation. The will within the will. The circling, return back unto me, O backsliding Israel. This is very serious blasphemy right here.
Take it away. It is taken away.
Uh-oh.
Showtime.
And then Zion do a 360.
Uh-oh.
Showtime.
Right after Edwards spin.
Take it away. It is.
Let me do it again.
Almost take it away.
Look how they blaspheme. You see what I'm saying?
Now for DeJounte and almost take it away. It is taken away.
Uh-oh.
Showtime.
See the blasphemy in that? Both you got Edwards spin first and then Zion spin. So that will within the will is revealing. It's happening. You see how deep all of this goes, man. It's right in our face, They blaspheme, and that's why I said through the blasphemy, his name will be revealed. Then we know in that day that he speaketh. So look, right before they played right after Zion, You know, he played against Ja Morant. Ja is just Ja in Memphis dealing with the altars. So he goes from it's all around the same time. So he go from Louisiana to Memphis. Memphis is right by Cairo where the altars are. So you go from Louisiana to Memphis after dealing with Zion. And then a day up right before the speech, Anthony Edwards battles against the Wizards. The Wizards just go into the Freemasons, you know. And then in January 22nd, he goes to play against Luca, you know, team, which is just Louis Eternal Blasphemy. So that's what they're doing right now with that Anthony Edwards, you know. And you know, Anthony Edwards run around in that blue uniform, that white and blue uniform, you know, mocking the Holy Kingdom of Judah. You know, the blue coats, the blue representing law and order anyway. So as you can see, Anthony Edwards and Zion, you see Zion got like that purplish blue on. And then obviously Anthony Edwards got the same colors, the white and blue, as you can see. Let me go back a little bit. So you see he got on the white and the blue. That's their colors. And then Zion and them got on like that purplish blue, you know, mocking the coats of Judah. You see? And even tonight, the score was 7-7-6-6, you know. Minnesota battle Golden State. You know, Golden State go to right to Zechariah 13:9. Those who are refined as gold, who go through the fire, we come out as gold. So you see the score was 77-66. That's why they kept on giving Anthony Edwards fines, because they already know them as, you know, and Elder Edward, you know, Chief Edward Lewis is uplifting the kingdom, Holy Kingdom of Judah, by edifying Messiah and edifying that the laws about to flow from Zion. So on their side, they try to have Edward speak, he get a fine, you see, in their reality. So he almost got $300,000 worth of fines, they say, because of his gestures, etc., you know. So let me show y'all something else right quick, and let's delve even deeper into this. All right, so look at this right quick. So like I said, that like I was saying, that black identity is about to be done away with. You heard what Elder Chief Edward Lewis was speaking about. He said that, you know, the whole theme of identity crisis is what causes behavioral issues. You know, that's the whole theme of the tribal orphan syndrome. So that's all that blackness, that false identity, and not declaring themselves as Judahites. So they're in the Kia Center. You know, Kia means to rise. So look at this.
They need a dress shoe brand.
See?
Just
he dunks on black. And then you see they said lead. Look at that right there. You see they said lead. That whole theme of that leading. So that all goes right into how that whole theme of the Elder Edward, you know, delivering the speech, leading the speech. You know, the Exodus is fulfilling. You know, that Exodus is fulfilling by Messiah, that being led back. Look, I said led Venture Corporation. So that venture goes right into the Exodus, that expedition, that venturing out of America, out of Babylon, back into Zion. You see, one more time. Look how all this stuff happens, man.
need a dress shoe brand.
And then you see it say Florida Blue right there. And it's dealing with like the hospital, you know, because that healing is coming. So you see it say Florida Blue, because they already knew about the blue codes. And then he dunked, look how he dunked on black who was wearing the white and the blue. You see a high level that they blaspheme, man. You know? So like just all of that stuff go right into that movie Annie. Remember that movie Annie back in the day? Running around with that red hair, you know? And you had Carol Burnett on there, because that Carol, you know, when you understand the word Carol, derives from, obviously from Karas, which don't need nothing but the anointed Messiah. You know, Ka means soul, Ra means light. So the word Christ is the Greek derivative of Karas. You know, the ancient way of saying the Christian and the being anointed. So Ka, you know, Ka means soul, Ra means light, and Israel. That's why they like to destroy cars and all of that in movies, because they want to war against the body of Christ. So you had Carol Burnett on there with Annie, because Annie just come out of Louisiana. And then you remember Annie, she got that red hair, because they go into that fire judgment that's coming, the Messiah being the head, the ruler, the head ruler of Judah, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. and she taking picture with that dog, cause that dog go right into backwards as God. The Lord is our shepherd. The dog leading the pack. That's why on Alice in Wonderland she used to have that red hair queen. Off with your head, you know, with the red hair and the blue eyeshadow. See the blue again? That's why Jay-Z, who name is Carter, and he go by Jehovah. So he's saying he's the Father and the Son. He's Jehovah the Father, and he's Carter. And you remember he sampled Annie. It's the hard knocks life for us. It's the hard knocks life for us. You know, with the red hair, because they go into that wig, you know. Remember the old judges back in the days to wear them big wigs on their heads in the courtroom? Because the wig, you know, they go into that Ludwig, which don't mean nothing but Lewis. And, you know, that's why Trump is inaugurating on right after the meeting. He's inaugurating on Dr. King Day, because they want to put people back into that black spirit. You know, we got to be black. You know, we the blacks. You know, put people back into that Babylonian have a dream. You know, I have a dream spirit. You know, keep them in that Babylonian dream. That's why John Jones, when he beat up Stipe Miocic, when he was doing that Trump dance in the octagon. And then they had Anthony Edwards trying to dance when he did a dunk. You know, I forgot who he was, I forgot which one it was, but yeah, he was doing a dance. Like he was trying to dance, you know. They want people getting that dance, you know, serve the Gentiles, you know, follow after the ways of the Romans, you know. Get back in the church and be deceived by Satan's doctrines. Don't learn about Judah. You know, you can know there is the Messiah, he comes out of Judah. That says it in the scriptures, but he's, you know, just don't know that he's a man walking the earth. And the holy kingdom of Judah is preparing to go back to Zion. Just stay here and think you're going to be raptured. That's it. You don't have to worry about the Exodus. That's why they was at Carter funeral right before the meeting. You know, and I was actually traveling that day. I was out in Baltimore traveling. And, you know, it was hard to, like, they had actually, you know, if you know about traveling on planes, you know, once you go through TSA, you don't got to get your bags checked again. But when you was getting on the plane, going through the plane gate, they was checking your bags. They said, we got to check it because it's Carter's funeral today. So you see how Trump and Obama is sitting right next to each other. You know, I'll get into all of this in another video, but yeah, you know, they had to be at Carter funeral right before inauguration, because all those false Lewises, all those false ones who come in my name, they gonna be falling down, because the real one is rising up. You know, that's why they already said right now. They said that Carlson, you know, he was a journalist. The journalist Tucker Carlson, you know, he was talking about how basically they trying to blame it on homeless people that's on crystal meth meth for starting the fires in L.A. Because that L.A., like I explained, is the abbreviation for Louisiana. So those fallen angels, those Masons who played a role of false Lewises, you know, that's why the L.A. had to burn, because L.A., the whole theme of that symbology, it all goes into, like I said, how Christ brings the fire judgment, because he's the light of the world. So his light destroys their world. You know, they obviously blasphemed for so many years throughout Hollywood, through L.A., the false L.A., you know. So that's why they got to blame it on crystal maize, because they know that time of that crystal river is coming, the Exodus, you know, and the whole time of the new earth that's going to follow after the 1,000-year reign. And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of God and of the Lamb. It's all fulfilling. That's why they even had one of the actresses named Cara. I think she had like a cologne, like some kind of clothing or fashion that was dealing with fire. But, you know, they just said that Cara's house got burnt down, you know. Yeah, there you go right there, the fire with Cara. So you see that they say Cara's house was on fire recently too. And that was way back in 2019, you know. So I'm in there right here. Like I said, I'm going to upload the video. You can share it. I mean, you can watch it, share it, whatever. You just know the word is spreading. Let's just keep spreading this word, man. So thank you for watching Hide and Seek TV. Much more is coming. Everybody stay blessed. Peace, love, and prosperity unto everyone. Peace.